Right, so are you going to work now? Guess you are. Yay, it's better. Hello. So now it's working. So all that shit that I was talking up there wasn't being heard. I'll be back in a moment. I'm just going to take a photograph. Oh. Oh. Come on. You know you want to.
Turn right to stay on Boston Lane.
Nope, I'm going this way instead. This bike really is deceptively quick. Well, it's not a quick bike, but it's easy to ride at a pace faster than what you think you're going at. It's weird jumping on this now, just getting back used to this again. I haven't ridden it since I got the 1290, just before Christmas. I mean, I've only been out on that 3 or 4 times. How many miles have I done on that now? Yeah, well, I got it with 250 and it's got just over 500 and it's, yeah, 300 miles. And it's, going in for its first service on Tuesday. I was really keen to get out on the Transalp. This is probably the first time I've been out on it since. Wow, a bit. So, end of November. I haven't ridden it since November. We're having some crazy mild weather at the moment, considering it's only, what is it, 3rd of March? 3rd of February? 3rd, 4th of Feb? Yeah, it's like 13, 14 degrees. Really mild. What was I saying? Yes, the one thing I have noticed about this is the low speed throttle control, low speed throttle control, just the fueling at low speed. And by low speed I mean like 20 to 30 mile an hour, so when you're just trundling like I was back then through the high street, it's not fueling particularly cleanly. It's very hesitant. I can remember when I was away, it was the one day in Europe, when I was away, when I was, going to Slovakia on this, heading through Germany. I was having to go through a lot of villages and they were 30 kilometres an hour. Yeah, so 20, 25 mile an hour. Yeah, this thing just doesn't like that low speed. The fueling's just not there. I'm guessing it's a, what are we, Euro 6 now, are we? Euro 5, Euro 6? These poor engines have to run so lean to get through emissions now that they're massively compromised on the fueling, and you can notice it on this at low speed. Well, that's the only place, that's that, everywhere else. Yeah, I mean, it's lovely! But that low speed fueling is not good. change of pool is just lovely. It's so usable. Completely unintimidating. I bet Hatton Locks will be shut by the time I get there. Oh, there. Oh. If I stay awake that long. So what have I got planned for 2024? Well, that's an easy one to answer at the moment. Nothing. That's not because I'm not going to be doing anything. I just haven't planned anything. I usually do a trip out July to Europe. That'll be interesting this year because I think I might actually avoid July. I think it's going to end up being another September. I might go early or late. So early being May, June, or late being September. Well, I might just do both. But there's in France and Germany, we've got the Olympics and the Euros. So I'd imagine the tunnel's going to be pretty busy. I don't know whether those two events overlap actually. I mean, ultimately the Olympics is only 2 weeks, isn't it? So I know it's 2 weeks in July. I bet it's the first 2 weeks as well when I usually go. No, it can't be. It must be the second two because they're not going to overlap the Olympics with the Tour de France. Are they? I need to check the dates. Anyway, that is what I shall be doing. I don't know where I'll be going. No idea. Do my usual bimble. Find my way. End up somewhere. Finn's now been riding for 2 years on his CBT, which is now expired, so he's talking about doing his A2, which would then of course allow him to ride a motorcycle abroad. It fills me with both excitement and fear all at the same time. Actually, duck in front of some of these because these lot are all going way too fucking slow. Do my head in. Slippy dippy gravel. So Finn's looking at getting his A2. If he does, then I guess he'd probably come with me. He's got some idea of Norway. Oh, sugar. Gee whiz, what was that? Somebody's road sign, temporary sign's gone flying across the road. I wasn't going to avoid that in time. Lucky it didn't get flicked up and pile me in the head. Snowdrop Saturday. Oh, look at all the snowdrops. It's that time of year. Am I going to stop here? What time is it? 2:30. Could do, I suppose.
Destination is on the left.
Yeah, that's lovely here. Where shall I go? Where shall I go? Where shall I go? I do not know. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. It's quite scenic this way. I'm going to sort of, where will I end up going? I'll sort of end up that's a nice gaff there, look at that. There's alpacas. Yeah, right there. There's some alpacas in your front, on your front lawn. I know sort of some of the little villages that I want to get to. What's that one? Hampton on the Hill. No. Yeah, do you know what? I've never been up here before, so let's go up here. For no other reason than we've never been up it before. Not to the nice man. I'm sort of trying to head in a rough direction that brings me out towards Henley-in-Arden. Or heading that way, and then we pick up the roads around the back that take you back towards Solihull. Horsey. Horsey with Mum and Dad lost by the looks of it. Where are we? Oh right, okay. That certainly wasn't where I thought I was going to turn up. I think that was also like a shortcut from where I would usually do this route. I think I usually end up here, but I clearly always go the long way. Any particular reason why you're on the wrong side of the road, mate? What are you doing? The bigger question is, are we going to get home before we get wet? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, yes, we are going to get home before it gets wet. I think we're going to stay dry. There we go, that's the road I was thinking of. Oh, look at that. Crikey, when I'm heading to Stratford, I'll come around this back way. I think I very much do go the long way to do that. Nice road this. It runs from, oh, it's nice when it's not covered in farm muck. Runs from Henley down to Warwick. Ah. I do love that induction growl off this bike. It sounds so much better than you would think it would, just by looking at it. It's a lovely deep bark to the airbox. Not the exhaust. It's all about the airbox. I suppose in some senses it's a combination of the two, but primarily the airbox, you know what I mean. Anyone for golf? Anyone for very posh, expensive golf? 4-star golf, no less. Ugh, God, that is horrible. So if anyone wants to take a little bit of footage to teach people how not to take a corner, I've just done it for you back there, alright? You're welcome. No need to pay me, no need to even thank me. All part of the service. What I've just done there on this bike, so what, you know, sort of X amount of miles per hour, an appropriate speed, but picking up the pace, but on a fairly bumpy surface. That's where this bike is sublime. I don't know what it is about the suspension. I'm not technical enough but it almost sort of, the suspension reaches a point where it goes, yep, I got this, and the bike just glides over. Like even now, you know, it's not refined in this sense, you know, and the 1290 on the auto with the soft suspension now down here would be more plush. More plush? Plusher? Whatever. I guess it's just that it's just firmer, isn't it, on this? But it's not about just being rock hard. I don't know, it's yeah. The faster you go on this, on fast sweeping roads where you're not, oh, we'll go this way, where you're not asking, where you're not trying to, well, God damn it, get your words out. Well, there's little weight transfer, is what I'm trying to say, like this now. As we go down here now, there's no weight transfer on the bike now because I'm not braking and I'm not accelerating hard. So the bike just gets on with it and it deals with the bumps in the road immaculately. It's really confidence inspiring. That's what I'm trying to say. Like now, when I get on the brakes down here now, you know, it's quite soft on the front, but I guess that soft, that plushness is what gives you that confidence when it's moving around. So, you know, it's a little bit bouncy there, coming through there, even though I was doing nothing with the throttle. You know, the bike doesn't seem to be very good when there's weight transfer. I mean, the weight transfer there was because of the change in inclination of the road rather than me changing my throttle response. But I mean, I'm talking bollocks here, you know what I mean? What do I know? Just, you know, that's my seat of the pants opinion of it. I think there's also an element of the fact that it comes down to just the bike's just manageable. It's not intimidating, you know. It's got the right amount of power to get you out of trouble, let you have a little bit of fun, but at the same time, not scare the bejesus out of you. Okay, that looked quite funny. That did. That looked a bit phallic. That broke. That knocked over Bollard. Oh, it looked a little bit rude. Oh God, I was such a child. This is where I'll get moaned at now. Get a bit nippy. I think I might put the heated grips on. There's another splendid piece of design on this bike. All along the bottom, you've got your various trip info and stuff, and then heated grips. Press the function button, up it comes, up and down on the toggle. Function button off. Job done. Heated grips are shown at the top to be on. Love this bike. Hello doggies. More horses. Oh no, look, it's a polite vest notice. See, that just immediately makes me just not want to give a fucking monkeys about these people. You just, I mean, let's hope that she's... They're already talking about me now. Oh, nasty motorbike's going to scare the horsey. Which he isn't. Lapworth. Caught my first fish there. Caught my only fish there. Scared the shit out of me. Oh my word. What's happened there? That's not right. Is that just, is that? That must be a, that's not just flood water, is it? Must be a leak. nothing like that anywhere else. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind owning that. That pub is never empty. Doesn't matter what time of day you come past it, day or night, that pub is always packed. It's either a lovely pub or the people of Lapworth are absolute pissheads. Baddesley Clinton and Packwood House. Let's go. Yeah, let's go via Packwood House. And then, unsurprisingly, we'll find ourselves going back up through Knowle. I don't know if I could get Finn to dial ahead for me and get me a free Costa in Knowle. I don't think so somehow. Oh, no, fourth gear, 30 mile an hour, just pull away, just da-da-da. Yep, no bother at all. No bother at all. There's some posh houses around here, I tell you. Some proper posh houses. There's a very posh one on the left here, but given the fact that it's owned by the National Trust, we'll declare that one as not counted, really. That's a very nice one to wait, isn't it? I mean, there's a big sign telling them to, but regardless, they didn't have to. Ah, this is what you come along for, isn't it? To listen to this scintillating conversation of mine. It'll bore me a little bit, so we'll go past you. I've just got the waft of a bonfire. Someone's having a fire, and if anyone's watched my video where I rode back from Touchdown Cafe talking about the new KTM, I'd literally just got it. It was the first proper ride on it, really. I was talking about the fact that I had to go home and cut down a tree. Massive, great big sort of 200-foot conifer, 2 doors up, came down in our garden. And neighbours don't care. In fact, the half of it that's in our next door neighbour's garden, because it was on the other side of theirs, it's still there. They haven't even touched it. Anyway, that's not the point of this. The point was that a friend kind of came around with this chainsaw. We cut it up into big chunks, but there was obviously a massive amount of, large but smaller, manageable branches. I mean, I had there's a pile almost the size of my shed. Is he letting me go, is there? He is. I don't know why people do that. You wouldn't let a car go, would you? You wouldn't supposed to let a car go. Why should a bike go? I mean, if a bike wants to go past you, they just will. What the heck are you doing? You go around there. Weird. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so combination of I've ended up having to cut down this conifer, probably twice the size of that thing there, or the half of it that I got in my garden. So I burnt it. I've got an incinerator at the bottom of the garden, an incinerator bins, and I just started burning it. Spread out from that a fair bit, but whatever. This was at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the 22nd of December. So it was a day like this, Pretty well, it wasn't a day like this actually, because here's why. You could put your washing out on a day like this because it's windy, so you might get your washer dry, but then it was like just damp. There was a lot of damp in the air, no wind. Anyway, right from about 4 doors down, not next door, about 4 doors down, came and knocked on the door. My wife's got her washing out, you've got this bonfire going. I'm like, oh. come on, fella, it's not the middle of summer. I wouldn't be doing it if it was the middle of summer and I'd look for washing, but I wouldn't even be able to see his washing from my garden. It's like, you know, he's 4 doors away. I can't see his garden from mine. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure. I think he must have expected me to just put the fire out. Not going to happen. Thought nothing of it. Come the new year, I'll get a letter from the council. What about a complaint about the fire? You're not allowed to have fires unless it's between the hours of 8 PM and 10 PM. Pretty sure that's not a law. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's the law. I mean, I've had fires at the bottom of my garden. You know, we've got a big garden, you know, so for anyone that's sort of thinking like, oh, you should compost it, you should take it to the... Our garden's pretty big. It's pure natural border all the way down. You know, we have a green collection every 2 weeks. That doesn't come close to covering the amount of cutting that I have to do. And ignoring the fact that I also had a 200-foot conifer dumped in my garden by my neighbour. I just thought, why would you use the trouble of like complaining to the council about that, you know? If I was having a fire every other week. Oh, and this is the best bit as well that I haven't mentioned. Immediately at the bottom of my garden is woodland, which is owned by the Scouts, who pretty much every single weekend have campfires, fairly big campfires. Which, you know, I don't moan about that. Why would I? You know, there's nothing to complain about. Yeah, I don't know. Some people just get a grip. Get a grip. Oh, that's all got a bit ranty, hasn't it? Oh, never mind. Sorry. Positive. Oh, look, there we go. Positive. Look at the doggy. There we go. The doggy at Costa. Back in Knowle. Cutting my groove in the road. It's just occurred to me that this has rolled over twice now. I've been talking non-stop, almost non-stop, for an hour. Wow. And I guarantee you, every last bit of it is utter nonsense. Let's go this way. Back the way we came. Had I stopped at this point? Yeah, because I stopped at the... I stopped at the Ford, didn't I? Oh, that reminds me. Yes, I don't want to go the other way because there's 4-way traffic lights in Catherine de Barnes. I bought what's it called? A DJI, an Osmo Action, was it Osmo Action? Yeah, DJI Osmo Action 4. Beginning of the month. I thought, oh yeah, I've really enjoyed doing those videos, the Slovakia ones, and it's not so much just, you know, I just really enjoyed the editing process. Very, very relaxing. Once I sort of figured out what I was doing. Relatively speaking. Well, I'm going to go up here and go back through the Ford again. I'm not going to get stuck at those 4 ways down there. Yeah, and I thought, oh, I could quite get into this motor vlogging thing, you know, above and beyond just the 360 that's just pointing at me now. But yeah, I bought it, and then I thought, I never even opened it because I thought, actually, do you know what? I don't think I can be arsed. The good thing with the 360 is obviously I just sort of pitch it up on its little thing there and I'm done. I get what I get from it, you know, I get enough footage from it. But this is a flip up lid, so having a camera sticking off the front of this is a bit awkward. I know you can do it. That's the Grand Union heading into Knowle, obviously that way, back towards Catherine de Barnes that way, which is the bit of road that I'm avoiding because it's got the 4-way traffic lights over the this bridge's bigger brother. Whap, whap, whap. How many times have I mentioned on this little trip that I love this bike? Not enough. I'm sure of it. Wouldn't it be great if this form factor of bike, take, you know, the footprint, if you like, or whatever you want to call it, this bike, just the size of it, every single, you know, it's the ergonomics, the dimensions, everything, just this bike exactly as it is now, right? But don't build it to a budget. So, now, forget electronic suspension. We don't want that. Not because I've got anything against electronic suspension, but it adds weight. And I don't need that. But put really good quality manual suspension on it, you know. So like, let's say, so what are we talking about? Am I talking now about Honda building it, or me making this into what I would want it to be? Yeah, let's talk about me making it into what I want it to be. And it is, so it's the, so I'd have, it's the suspension is the first thing that I'd fix on this bike. But there's nothing wrong with the suspension, but I do genuinely believe it could be better. New rear shock. I'm saying this not because I think it needs a new rear shock. I'd be interested to know how much better it could be made with a top-end rear shock, if that makes sense. So, you know, what would this bike be like if you made it the best it could be? That's what I'm trying to say. And that for me would be a new rear shock, maybe the four revalve, the forks. I remember when I first test rode this though, the one thing that really impressed me about it was the front end. It just felt nice, you know, especially given the fact that it's got that 21-inch front on it. For anyone who thinks I was being ignorant then to that person that I did thank them, I just hung my foot out. Not that I would notice the obstructions, but you get my point. But yeah, so losing the track again. Top quality rear shock, top quality, you know, maybe a fork revalve, some kind of ECU remap, or whatever the equivalent of a power commander is nowadays. Well, it's probably a power commander, isn't it? You know, but yeah, get the fueling sorted, absolutely spot on, low down. What else would I want to do to this bike after that? You know what? Nothing. But there is one thing that I would like. Okay, I've bleated on about cruise control forever, right? So that, right, put cruise on it, please, please, please. Put cruise control on this bike, all right? Not the slightest bit interested in listening to anyone in the comments telling me about how I don't need it. We're not talking about what I need, I'm talking about what I want. I want cruise. And then, the only other thing, and this is a real minor one, I would really like that gear indicator to be a little bit bigger, the digit. I would love to be able to sort of ditch all of the nav piece that's just doing nothing at the moment. The rider mode, sport, fine, great. I don't need it to be that big. It could be smaller than that because I never look at it. Other than when I want to change it, which is very rarely. But the gear indicator, I think, could be much clearer. Maybe just even, you know, a little bit bigger and directly below the speedo. That would be lovely. So, Honda, if you could get onto that for me, or because I certainly can't change your dash. I can't change the cruise. I can do the suspension though. So. Would I want to spend that money? What are you doing? Oh, that's right, you're a taxi. Oh, well, we're nearly home now, so I think I've bored everyone sufficiently to death. Sort of related, but my shed's fallen down. Nice dancing. So the old fella there, big smile from looking at the motorbike. Bless him. look, another tree down. Oh well, somewhere for the herons to sit, I suppose. 2 trees down. Okay. Turning circle on this bike much tighter than the GT. Okay, it's on the GT. 12.9. Oh god, I can't get off. Oh god. Oh. Old man hips. Here we go. Try again. Oh, there we go. We've done it. We succeeded. Success. I bet this thing's covered in shit now, isn't it? Oh god, look at the state of it. It's filthy. Oh god, it was lovely and clean before. Oh well. I guess we're just going to have to clean it, aren't we? Shit. That's not good. Oh, hello Lola. Lola! Lola! What you doing? Hey, babe. Yeah, babies! Yeah, babies! Yeah, babies! Come here! Come here! Look at the state of you. No, babies. You do. Oh my god, you got the mic. What you doing? Oh, what you doing? Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you too. Yeah.